What is going on, guys? Panda here, and welcome to Madden 21 on the Xbox Series X. I guess you can call this the next-gen version. All this is going to be an intro to the franchise that we have coming up. I'm excited for this. We're going to be the Carolina Panthers playing as Coach Matt Rule. So if this is a video you're expecting gameplay, this is not going to be it. That'll be the next video when we do Game 1. I probably won't play any preseason games in my franchise just because I don't really care for the preseason. I will just simulate them and watch what my players are up to. This is just going to be an intro. I'm going to be introducing the team. I'm going to be introducing the goals of the franchise, and I'm going to be talking about it. But if you're still here and you're excited for the franchise like I am, let's go over it. We're going to jump in. Let's get introduced to the team. Starting off, of course, the star player of the Carolina Panthers right now, Christian McCaffrey, absolutely a beast. I know in real life he is coming back soon from an injury reserve where we are now. I'm not for sure if he's back playing yet. I don't think he played against the Vikings last weekend in the loss, but he will be back soon. He's going to be a big focus of our running game on offense, so it'll be interesting to see what we can do with him and where we can develop. He's already 99 overall. Can't really do much better than that. Moving on, of course, we have our quarterback lineup, starting with our starting quarterback, Teddy Bridgewater. Then we have PJ Walker and Will Grier. Moving on to our halfbacks, of course, Christian McCaffrey, Mike Davis, Trenton Cannon, and Rodney Smith. Fullback position, we have Alex Arma Jr., Mike Davis, and Ian Thomas. He is actually a tight end. He's just third string fullback. Wide receiver position, we have our go-to Robbie Anderson, DJ Moore, Curtis Samuel, Keith Kirkwood, Pharaoh Cooper, and Brandon Silstra. Moving on to tight end, we have Chris Manhertz, Ian Thomas, and Colin Thompson. Moving on to left tackle, Russell Okung, Greg Little, and Matt Paradis. He's actually the center, but he is the third string left tackle as well. Moving on to left guard, we are starting position, Dennis Daly, Chris Reed, and Greg Little. Moving on to center, we have our starting Matt Paradis, Tyler Larson, and Greg Little. Moving on to right guard position, we have Michael Schofield III, John Miller, and then of course in third string, we have Tyler Larson. Moving on to right tackle, we have Taylor Moton, Trent Scott, and subbing in our third string will be Michael Schofield III. Moving on to our left ends, we have Brian Burns, Effie Obata, and Austin Larkin. Moving on to our right ends, we have Yetter Gross Matos. I think it's Gross Matus. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm not entirely sure. But I have played this a little bit on the previous gen, and I was playing franchise just to get kind of acclimated to the players. And this is the player that I'll be playing as the most on defense. I will not be switching. I will be letting the computer do everything. So that way it's kind of, I'm going to be picking a player, pretty much it's going to be me. And that is going to be my player right there. I really like him. He's kind of my pivotal point of my franchise defense in the previous gen version. So we'll see how it goes. Starting in second string, we have Marquis Haynes Sr. and then Austin Larkin, of course. Defensive tackle, we have Derek Brown, Zach Kerr, Bravion Roy, and Effie Obata. And then coming in fifth strength, Marquis Haynes Sr. Obviously not his starting position, so that's why these two are low. Now on our left outside linebacker, we have Shaq Thompson, we have Julian Stanford, and Tahir Whitehead. Coming in our middle linebacker slot, our starting player is Tahir Whitehead, Adarius Taylor, Chris Orr, and of course, our left outside linebacker, Julian Stanford. Right outside linebacker, we have Jermaine Carter, Julian Stanford, and Effie Obata subbing in from right end, and Julian from left outside linebacker. Cornerback position, we have Dante Jackson, Russell Douglas, Corn Eldler, Troy Pride Jr., and Stanley Thomas Oliver III. Full safety position, we have Trey Boston, Jeremy Chinn, and Kenny Robinson Jr. Strong safety position, we have Justin Burris, Sam Franklin, and Miles Hartsfield. In our kicker position, we have Joey Sly. In our punter position, we have Joseph Charlton. And like I said, there will be no gameplay in this. I just want to introduce everybody to the team and get the franchise set up, let you guys know how it's going to work. Goals as far as the franchise goes, I want to go for a Super Bowl win. If we win the Super Bowl in the first season, I don't expect it because I'm playing on just under the hardest setting in the game. I want this to be fun. I don't want to win every single game by 60 points. And I just really... Madden is the one game that even if I lose, I have a lot of fun. So that's where we're going with that. So if you guys are excited for that, please hit that like button right now. But otherwise, that is kind of the goal of this. We're starting with a level 1 Matt Rule. Cool. But yeah, starting out, nothing to really talk about. We're going to go... Let's go ahead and sim through the preseason here in this first video. So that way we can get that done and we can talk about it more. So let's go ahead and we're going to advance week. Let's go next week. See how we do here.
Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve.
And that is a loss. Yeah, that's not surprising. The Jaguars are an extremely impressive team. Moving on. See if we can beat the Patriots here. Now the Patriots no longer have Brady. And that's not a 31-16 against the Patriots right there. Upgrade players. Will Greer needs an upgrade. That means he's been playing just as a backup, so that way they don't waste Teddy Bridgewater in the preseason. Auto upgrade, yes. And then advanced week, playing against the Ravens. That's probably going to be a loss. The Ravens are extremely good.
Now let's take a minute to see how
yeah, I'm not surprised. 24-10. That wasn't actually a bad loss, but it's still a loss.
You have grades for each position that
I don't know why it's giving. I know.
to improve your team.
Okay, so these are the available quarterbacks. I could get PJ Walker out and get Ryan Fitzpatrick, any of these. So let's see if there's any quarterbacks we want out of these. Wouldn't mind Ryan Fitzpatrick. Oh, he's 37. I don't want any. If I'm going to get a new quarterback, I want somebody brand new and that I can just build up, like maybe a Mason Rudolph. But we're just going to leave it as is, and we're just going to move on. Let's go to week 4. See how we do here.
Start the regular season by selecting your season.
And we won against the Steelers, 29-26, which is impressive because in real life, the Steelers are undefeated so far. So that's impressive that we beat them in preseason. I know preseason doesn't mean literally anything. So that's nothing. Let's see what our schedule is. So week 1, Raiders. Week 2, Buccaneers. Week 3, against the LA Chargers. Week 4, Arizona Cardinals. Week 5, Falcons. Week 6, Bears. Week 7, Saints. Week 8, Falcons. Week 9, Chiefs. Week 10, Buccaneers again. Then back to the Detroit Lions. Then week 12 against the Vikings. Bye week, week 14 against the Broncos. Week 15 against the Packers. Week 16 against the weirdest named football team I've ever seen, a.k.a. the football team. And then back to week 17 against the Saints. Pretty standard season. I'm looking at the Buccaneers as a difficult game. Raiders as a fairly difficult game. They're a fairly good team. Falcons could be tough. Buccaneers again. Detroit Lions, not so much. The Vikings, yeah, it could be difficult. Broncos, always a hit or miss. Broncos always have a really, really good defense. Their defense is really a lot of blitz plays, which is not even what I'm good at. Packers, really good team. Aaron Rodgers, just an insanely good quarterback. And then the Washington football team, I don't think we'll have much problems against them, but who knows. We're looking at, I'm thinking we'll be 10-6 on the season. I could be wrong. A lot of these teams are good. I'm hoping for a 10-6 season, but I'm shooting for maybe 8 wins on this season. If we can get 8 wins, it's a win. Anything under 8, I'm not too concerned about. I'm going to go for 4 wins in my first season as a coach. And if we can get more than 4, that is obviously excellent. But that'll pretty much do it just for the setup. We have met the team. Oh, we're 79 overall now. A lot of my players improved, apparently. But let's go ahead and set our season goal. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, 4 wins, 7 wins. Make the playoffs. Make the Super Bowl. Of course, we're going to go for 4 wins and hope that we can go from there. That's a pretty easy goal for our first year. Ooh, we have an injury. Who's injured? Ooh, Kawan Short, defensive tackle. That sucks. Fractured shoulder blade. That really, really sucks. Michael Pilardi. Damn. That hurts. There's a lot of good players. Pilardi and Kawan Short. That hurts. Kawan Short is a captain on the team. So we're going to need... Let's see if we can scout a new defensive tackle. Actually, I'll check and see what our defensive tackle position looks like, and then we'll go from there. So let's see what we got here in defensive tackle. Now we have one on injured reserve. Defensive tackle position. We have Kerr and Brown. Okay, we're fine. I think that might have been a secondary position then, because we have two really, really good team players right there. And of course, Gross Matos. Or Matos. I never remember how they pronounce it. I'm going to butcher a lot of names over this franchise. But yeah, that'll do it. Nothing much to talk about. We're just ready for the first game, and that'll be in week 1. I hope you guys are excited. I'll see you guys there. Thank you for sticking around for the introduction to this franchise. I'll see you guys tomorrow for game 1. Later.